So this week I went to the farm, Trader Joe's, and Stop and Shop. From the farm, I got my typical 3 dozen eggs, and then I got a sirloin that was 1.3 pounds. So the eggs I know are 24 for all 3. I don't know the price of the steak, but I'm gonna just say I spent probably 40. We'll just go with 40. I know I probably spent a few more dollars because it was, it's a sirloin and it was pretty large. So I'm sure it was like around $45 total. You know what? We're just going to go with $45. So $45 from the farm. And then from Trader Joe's, I got whole wheat bread. This is just the sliced whole wheat bread for $2.49. I got 2 of the Kerrygold. This is just the salted stick. Block. I guess I actually prefer the blocks now because when I make brownies, it makes it so much easier to just take one of those out and just melt it. And that's what I've been doing. I've been making a lot of brownies lately. So I think I'm going to just start buying like the block of it instead of the individual sticks. But those were $4.99 each. Then I got almond milk, $2.99. Whole milk, organic whole milk, $4.49. I got, where did I put it? Oh, grated Parmesan. This was $5.99. Then I got 2 packs of the organic grass-fed 8515 ground beef. That was $8.99 each. I'm going to be using that probably for hamburgers. I've been making hamburgers instead of buying them. I think they taste so much better. And it's just kind of fun to make your own instead of just buying them pre-made. So I'm thinking about making that a video. There's a couple of cooking recipes that I want to make. I want to start showing, I guess, what I make with all the stuff I get. Maybe not breakfast because it's just eggs and bacon pretty much every day. But I think when I'm cooking, like with the beef or chicken or anything like that, I think I'm going to start showing that. But I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do that. If I want to just make it like one video and do like a what I eat in a week, or if I want to just put up multiple cooking videos so it's a little shorter, but you actually see the entire recipe. So those were $8.99 each. Then we needed maple syrup, so I just got Vermont maple syrup. This is organic, $4.99. Then organic yellow mustard, $1.79. So I just realized, this is weird. I was charged twice for the Parmesan, but I don't think I was charged for both beefs. That's weird. Maybe I'm missing something. Next is the bacon for, where is it? $5.99. Right, that's everything there. Yeah. Then I got my weekly pepperoni pizza, $5.99. Then trying some Carolina Gold barbecue flavored potato chips, $2.69. Yeah. Next is organic ketchup for $2.49. Then I got soap. Needed some dish soap. That was $3.29. chips just fell. Next is onion powder, $1.99. Organic basil powder, organic basil, not powder. That was also $1.99. And then garlic powder, $2.49. A bag of oranges. That was a 4-pound bag of oranges for $4.99, cheaper than at Stop and Shop. I think it was $5.99 at Stop and Shop. And then last from Trader Joe's, just 2 cucumbers because I think I want to make a quinoa recipe. And I didn't get lemon juice. Well, lemons for the juice. But anyway, the total for that trip was, or for Trader Joe's, was $84.88. So that was everything I got from Trader Joe's. As always, I'm going to just do the total at the end and kind of just guesstimate on the farm. So from Stop and Shop, I only got a few things. Well, I guess I got a bunch of things. But I tried to just get what I needed, like ingredients, because I'm trying to become more of an ingredients household than like a stuff household with food. I want to start just making my own everything. You know, I find cooking from scratch so fun. It's just nice to be able to do things and not rely on just the grocery store. Like if I have, like for the brownies as an example, I used to, if I didn't have a box of brownie mix and I didn't have all the ingredients, I just wouldn't make it, or I would have to go buy the boxed ingredients, which have a bunch of other stuff in it that isn't necessary to make brownies, versus just having, you know, flour, sugar, chocolate chips, cocoa, all that kind of, you know, the eggs. So it just makes it so much easier to just have the ingredients to make everything. So that way it's like I can just get what I need from what I have. And I found that it is pretty cheap because when you're buying, let's say, a box of brownie mix, you're just buying that mix for that one time. And let's just say it costs $7 versus having the sugar, the chocolate chips, the cocoa, the flour. I don't know if I said flour, but you know what I mean. And then just using a little bit of it at a time. It is cheaper in the long run. I mean, I guess in some cases it could be not as cheap, but if you make it, it's as cheap as you can, you know, make it pretty much. I try to buy really good ingredients. Not always the case. Sometimes I can't afford it. I would love to only buy organic everything and that's it, but that's not realistic right now for me. Maybe in the future it will be. But yeah, right now I'm just doing what I can. So let's get into the Stop and Shop haul. So I got some breadcrumbs. This is just panko breadcrumbs because I want to try making my own chicken nuggets and I want to add the panko to my burgers. So that was $3.99 for, this is just the 4C breadcrumbs, 13 ounces for $3.99. Then just some Stop and Shop brand baking cocoa. This is the unsweetened. Let's see, 8 ounces for $5.49. Then just another thing of yeast, $1.49. Then Stop and Shop was having a sale on mustard. The Mike's Amazing brand, it was 99 cents each. So I got 3 of these. I got regular yellow mustard. I know I already just bought some, but I wanted to have a stock because we do go through yellow mustard in the summer. Dijon. This is the stone ground Dijon, so I guess that's why it's a little more brown. and then just some stone ground deli mustard. Each one was 99 cents. Yeah, those are, yep, 99 cents. And then another big bag of Cocoa Pebbles. $7.49 for those. That's the 32 ounce. Yeah, 32 ounce bag of Cocoa Pebbles. And then I got, because, okay, so to be honest, I did not like the Trader Joe's drumsticks that I bought last week. I still have 2 packs in my freezer, so I'm going to use them because I'm not wasting meat. I just wouldn't get them again. I think sometimes when something's cheaper, it isn't always going to be the best. And I think that's one of those cases where saving the money was not worth it to me. The only reason I went to the Trader Joe's was because I didn't go to the Stop and Shop that's near Trader Joe's, and my Stop and Shop didn't have it. So this week I went to the other Stop and Shop and I got 2 of the Bell & Evans drumsticks, so I could just throw these in the freezer. I'm going to use the Trader Joe's ones first just to get them out of my freezer. I personally did not like them. I did notice a difference. I think the Bell & Evans are so much better. My farm didn't have chicken, so I'm still waiting for that. But yeah, one was $7.48 and the other was $6.89. So I usually just use like barbecue sauce and buffalo sauce for that. I think I'm going to do that next week. I'm going to make my own barbecue and buffalo. I already have made my own buffalo. I love it. I have not tried barbecue. I want to start experimenting with like different sauces and, you know, just making things more fun. I love to cook, so always trying to find a reason to make something new. So then the last thing I got was a half watermelon. It's very juicy. That was $7.88, which is not, oh, I guess it is. So it should have been, wait, is there a sale on here? Oh yeah, I guess there is a sale on here. So it came out to $5.38 instead of $7.88. So the total for Stop and Shop was $41.18. So I'm gonna do the total and then tell you what the total for that was. And yeah, that was everything I got this week. Again, not really loving the amount of products for the amount of money, but we're all just kind of in it, just doing the best we can. Hopefully at some point, somehow things get better, but I don't like being one of those like doom and gloom type people, so I try not to be. I'm just doing the best I can with my family, trying to give us the best foods possible. Not a lot of fresh produce. Today is Tuesday. I did just go grocery shopping Thursday, so we still have bananas, tomatoes, berries, grapes, that kind of stuff. So I didn't really go too crazy. I just got the oranges, the cucumber, and the watermelon. I wanted to get fresh parsley. They didn't have parsley at any of the stores. So I have dried parsley. So I think I'm just going to use that. And then, yeah. So let me figure out the total and then. So I just did the total for the entire grocery haul. Going with $45 from the farm, I spent a total of $171.06. That is insane to me. I don't feel like I got nearly enough products for it to be $171, especially with, you know, a lot of the stuff I tried to shop on sale, or now I have enough mustard to not worry about that. I know I got the chicken drumsticks. They were definitely the cheapest chicken option for the highest quality. The chicken breasts were like $12 for like 2 breasts. Not enough food to spend that. Yeah, maybe I didn't need to get a giant bag of the Cocoa Pebbles, but I like to always get the biggest bag because it's obviously cheapest per pound or ounce. So those I just, we have it for a while. The only extra, like, I needed garlic powder, I needed onion powder, needed basil, yeast, syrup, ketchup, cocoa powder. I feel like I said that, but needed more breadcrumbs. Like everything I got, it wasn't really like a splurge type of thing. I guess the only thing would be the steak, but honestly, we can make that work. But I definitely am going to start adding more. I want to do more than just the grocery hauls. Like I love doing grocery hauls. I don't know, it's just nice to see what people are buying and how much it costs in their area. And, like I said, I live in New York, the state of New York. So this is what things are for us. I try to shop, in a more affordable way. And I know I'm never going to get to a point where I don't need grocery stores because obviously, I'm not going to be able to get cocoa powder from the farm. So certain items I want to basically have what I get from local places, and then what I absolutely cannot get, I'm going to have to go to the grocery store, like cereals, like I said, cocoa powder, yeast, all that kind of stuff. But maple syrup, we have farms around here that have it. Garlic and onion powder, I want to start making my own because I do have the Ninja that does also dehydrate. So I want to start getting into that because I've made like dried herbs, but I've never done like garlic or onion or anything like that. But I still can't get over spending $170. And that's, we still have some stuff. I just got my pressure canner. So I want to start making canned goods so I don't have to, because I like to buy dried beans and stuff like that. So I'm going to just start canning my own because I find it more cost effective that way. I already have cans. I guess the only thing I would have to, I have to use my stove and then lids. I'm going to have to buy more lids. I have a bunch of wide mouth lids. So I'm just going to use those for now, but then eventually, I'll have to buy more lids, but it just seems more cost effective. Plus it's more fun and it's shelf stable. So at least having them, if the power goes out, we have canned beans instead of, if I have dried beans, I can't really do much with that. I do have like a little single burner and I have a Jackery. So I can use that for a little bit, but that's only going to last so long. So it's easier to I want to start having more shelf stable items that I'm making at home. Also, I don't know how many of you have watched multiples of my videos, but I know in a previous video, I did say that I don't like doing like freezer meals, but I do think I'm going to try it. I think I'm going to give it another shot and do it. I want to try it for a month. So I'm thinking I might switch from weekly grocery shops to one bigger one. And then maybe just getting like eggs and fruits and vegetables as we need. But doing like a big, in the beginning of the month haul. And then, but with like a plan in place, because there's so many times where I reach for other options with the food because I don't have something that I can just take out and put in the crock pot or on the stove in like a pinch. And I do want to give the freezer meals a try because I've done it, and maybe kind of change the way I do it, because I know in the past I've done it where I fully cook the meal and then freeze it. I think this one I'm going to do it where I just add everything in and then take it out as we go. I just want to start experimenting with more recipes. So I think that would be a fun way to do it. Plus, you know, there's times where I'm busy where I just want to have something I could just pull out of the freezer and we just have something like, oh, that sounds good. It's already made or already bagged. I just have to throw it in and cook it and then it'll be ready for dinner. So we're going to try that. So I don't know when I'm going to start doing that, but I'm going to start doing that pretty soon. Just get meat in the beginning of the month and make dishes from there. So